All right, ladies and gentlemen, so the NFL season is only 1 week away. Officially, it starts 1 week from today with Thursday night football between the Bills and Rams. What an awesome way to start the season. So I think we're within the time frame, the proper time frame. We're close enough to do our first week predictions video. So NFL week 1 prediction video. I plan on doing this every week because it's fun. We're going to look ahead to that upcoming week, make our predictions, who I think will win every single game, and not only win every game, but try to pick which team I think will cover the spread. So for example, for those of you who might not know, we're on the BetMGM app. You can use any sports betting app, but let's say the Bills here in the first game are favored -2.5. That means I can bet on the Bills to cover, that means for them to win by at least 3 or more points. And then if I bet on the Rams to cover, that means either they win, or if they lose, it's not by more than 2 points. So that's how it works. I'm sure most of you know that. So guys, without further ado, let's get into all 16 games for week 1. I'm going to say who wins, who covers the spread. Let me know your predictions, guys. And real quick before I start, just to keep this fun, all year I'm going to be keeping a record of what games I get right and what games I get wrong. And let's say if I get a percentage of games right that's less than 68.75%. And the way I get that percentage is that means I would have to go worse than 11-5 every week in which there is a 16-game week. I think it's good enough to give me 5 games to get wrong, but if I do worse than 11-5 every week, or 68.75%, then I have to do something bad. Comment your opinions on what I should do. Some punishment, something funny, something to make it all interesting and even more worthwhile. But without further ado, guys, let's get started with our NFL Week 1 predictions. We start with the aforementioned Bills versus Rams game, a phenomenal Thursday night game. I personally believe this will be Super Bowl 57. That'll be the matchup, assuming everyone's healthy. Von Miller returns to LA. Phenomenal game. The Bills are favored -2.5. And you know what? I will go with the Bills to win this game. But just to keep it fun, I will have the Rams covering this game. So I will go with the Rams to cover. I think it's going to be a great game, really close. I'm going to say the Bills win by 1 or 2 points. So it's going to be a great game. But the Bills, I think, are on a mission this year to prove that they're the best team. They are the betting favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. Josh Allen, they got a lot to prove. Newly added Von Miller and other good players to this team. This is a better roster than the year before, and they're going to make a statement and win in LA game 1 of the year. Then we move on to the Baltimore Ravens and New York Jets. The Ravens are favored at -7, huge favorites. I think if you're favored by 5 or more, you're definitely a sizable favorite. Lamar Jackson going into New York. Zach Wilson probably not going to play. I don't know. He's on the wrong side of questionable. I don't think he's been officially ruled out. But if he doesn't play, it'll be Joe Flacco. But regardless, the Ravens are a very good team. They should be a very good team again this year. Lamar Jackson should be healthy. And they always seem to start the year off really well. So I will take the Ravens to win this game. And I will say they cover the spread at -7. Obviously, well, if they win by just 7, it would be a push. So nothing happens. But I think they will win by more than 7 points. I think we could see a big blowout in this game personally. Then we have the New Orleans Saints against the Atlanta Falcons. This one kind of surprises me because the Saints, they should be favored because I think they're a dark horse playoff team. Jameis Winston, healthy. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry. Hopefully, I don't know if Alvin Kamara, if he's going to get suspended or not. We'll see. But it seems right now like he's going to play. This is a really good all-around team, I think, that could surprise people this year. But with that being said, I like the Falcons more than some people do this year. And I think with them being at home, new team, Mariota, Drake London, I have a feeling that the Falcons start their season off right. I'm going to be bold. I'm not going to go chalk every game. I think the Falcons actually win this game. Therefore, I think they cover the spread. I think they start their season off well. Then maybe they start to decline a little bit. I think they're a 7-10 type team. Saints are probably a 10-7 team, but it's just week 1. I think the Falcons win their home opener, and the Saints kind of have to maybe need a few games to get kind of their team chemistry right, because Jameis Winston hasn't played with Michael Thomas. Chris Olave is just a rookie, and so on and so forth. So we move on to the Miami Dolphins against the New England Patriots in Miami. A very interesting matchup. The battle of who wants to finish second in the AFC East. Because I personally think the Bills will win this division, like a lot of people think. I think Tua has a lot to prove. I think the Dolphins, they have a lot. I think they have a lot of potential this year. I'm going to go with the Dolphins to win this game and cover the spread at -3. I think they win. I think it'll be within one touchdown. I think it'll be a close game. But I don't love Mac Jones this year. I don't know how much more he's going to improve. I think Tua at home with Tyreek Hill, they might be energized to play at home. I'm telling you, you see a lot of teams at home with their first game of the year. Teams would much rather be at home than on the road in their home opener, obviously, or all the time, right? But especially at home, I think the first week, when you have a new roster, high expectations, you usually try to get the year off on a good note, and that's usually what happens. Then we have the Panthers against the Browns. Initially, I think a week or two ago, I was checking the odds on this, and the Browns were actually favored, but surprisingly, the Panthers, I mean, not surprisingly, because Jacoby Brissett's starting, not Deshaun Watson. It's in Carolina. Baker Mayfield, #revenge game. We're going to see a lot of revenge games potentially in week 1. A lot of great matchups. I think Baker Mayfield's got a lot to prove at home in his Carolina debut. Healthy Christian McCaffrey, he's got a lot of weapons around him, and I think the Panthers win and cover the spread in their home opener against a Jacoby Brissett-led Browns team that is not going to be too motivated because, I'm sorry, but they have Jacoby Brissett, who doesn't have much of a ceiling. Then we have the Bengals and Steelers. I'm not surprised the Bengals are favored, obviously, because they won the AFC last year, but -6.5 kind of surprises me, despite them being at home, because the Steelers, they're not a bad team. They're actually a pretty good team. They have a really good defense. So with this game, I think Joe Burrow and company, they start their season off well. I will go with the Bengals to win this game, but I think the Steelers cover the spread. I think we get a close game, pretty low scoring, I think, with TJ Watt and the Steelers defense. I think they're going to keep this game close. Steelers are not a team that gets blown out a lot. They lose a lot of close games, so I think this will be a close game. San Francisco 49ers at the Bears. Interesting matchup. Justin Fields against Trey Lance. The 2021 QBs battle, first-round picks that have a lot to prove this year. Haven't proven much this year so far. But look, the Bears, I don't think they'll be very good this year. I think the Niners, they're going to start this year off really well. They're going to have a very good year. I question the Bears' defense. I question their offense. I think the Niners and company are going to get this year started off really well. And I think they win and cover the spread in Soldier Field in Chicago. Then we move on to the Eagles and Lions. The Eagles favored at -4. I personally said in my predictions video, I think the Eagles will win the NFC East over the Cowboys just because there's a new winner every year. I think Jalen Hurts is going to make a good jump. But I also said that the Lions are a dark horse team. Look out for them. They could surprise people. They'll be better than most people think. They'll definitely be better than last year. And again, home openers for teams, I think home openers for teams that aren't favored, underdog teams at home week 1, I see them win more often than you would expect compared to other weeks. So I will go with the Lions to win this game outright at home. Why not? Motown fans, new team, Aiden Hutchinson, DJ Chark, Jamison Williams, good young team fueled by Dan Campbell. I think they're going to win 7 or 8 games this year at least, and I think they will start their season off well and win week 1. And despite the Eagles, I think the Eagles will be the better team than the Lions, obviously, but I will go with them to win. Colts at the Texans. Colts, huge favorites. I think the biggest one we've seen so far, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, biggest one, -8.5 in Houston. And I understand why. The Texans are going to be one of the worst teams in football this year. No secret there. The Colts, Jonathan Taylor, I think he's going to absolutely run over whatever the Texans call a defense. Matt Ryan's going to have a great debut. Despite the game being in Houston, I will take the Colts to win this game and cover. I think they win by 2 possessions at least. Then we have a very interesting one. My Jacksonville Jaguars at the Washington Commanders. Trevor Lawrence and company, the Jags, much improved team, I believe. The Commanders, they're improved with Carson Wentz. But there's just something about Carson Wentz playing Doug Peterson, playing the Jags. I just don't think Carson Wentz has shown that he can rise to the occasion that well, and I think the Jags are a dark horse team. Now, am I biased about the Jags being better than most people think this year because I am a Jags fan? You're damn right I am. Yes, I am, but who cares? You gotta be biased sometimes. That's the right thing to do. So I will go with the Jags, not only to cover the spread at +3, but I think they will win this game. Kansas City Chiefs at the Arizona Cardinals. Very interesting matchup. 2 teams that I believe will be playoff teams. The Chiefs I don't think they're as good as last year. I know they got Juju, they drafted well. They're bringing most people back except the elephant in the room, which is Tyreek Hill. I think the Chiefs will probably have a better record than the Cardinals. Despite D-Hop being suspended, let's keep this interesting. In the desert, I think the Cardinals are going to win this game and cover the 4.5 spread. I think they have their fans are going to show up week 1, and I think the Chiefs have to figure out how to live without Tyreek Hill. At least in the beginning, figure things out, figure out this newfound chemistry with Juju Smith-Schuster, their young receivers. So Chiefs will be fine. Mahomes, they'll be fine. But I think Kyler Murray and company with his new receiver, his college buddy Hollywood Brown, will get the season started on the right foot and win the game against Kansas City. Then we have the Raiders and Chargers. Best division I've ever seen, I gotta be honest. Raiders, Chargers, I think the Chargers are a dark horse Super Bowl contender. I think they will win this division, and I think they'll get their season started right, and I think they will win this game and cover the spread against the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to be a very good team as well. I think all 4 teams in this division are really good, but I think the Chargers at home against a Raiders defense that still isn't phenomenal, especially through the air. I don't think they have a great secondary. Justin Herbert, I think he might carve them up week 1, and I think the Chargers will win this game. Vikings and Packers, very interesting game, obviously, 2 division rivals. The people who don't think the Packers will win this division think the Vikings probably will. People think the Vikings are getting slept on, and they could win the NFC North, and while that's possible, I still like the Packers. You know, I mean, the Vikings definitely, they play the Packers well at home especially, but you know what? I'm going to go with the Packers to win this game. I think Aaron Rodgers has a lot to prove. I think he's going to try to prove that he doesn't need Davante Adams, and just like the Chiefs, they have new receivers, new chemistry to develop, but I don't know. I just don't love the Vikings defense, and I think, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers starts the season well usually, and I think he might carve up the Vikings week 1 to prove a point. I just got a feeling about it. Then we have the Titans and Giants. Giants shouldn't be that good this year, probably the most likely team to finish last in the NFC East. Titans could win the division, probably one of the 2 best teams in the AFC South. The spread is -6. I will go with the Titans to win this game, but you know what? I think it's going to be close. I think the Giants are an improved team. I think their defense is pretty solid, so I will go with the Titans to win this game, but the Giants to cover the spread. I think it'll be a close game. Then we have Sunday Night Football between the Cowboys and Bucks. Phenomenal game at Jerry's World. This is the Skip Bayless Bowl, you know, his 2 favorite teams, because obviously Tom Brady, if he shows up against Dak Prescott and company, Dallas at home. And you know what? The Buccaneers, I think, are the better team. This is a tough one. The spread's only -1.5 in favor of Tampa. You know what? I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys to win this game at home. I think they're going to start the season off well. I don't know how Leonard Fournette's going to be in his first game. I don't know how Zeke's going to be if he still has anything left. I don't know. I think it's very interesting, but I think the Cowboys, I think they're going to start the season off on the right foot. I will take them to win this game and cover the spread. And last but not least, another revenge game. The Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson's return to Seattle. His first game as not being the Seattle quarterback is against the Seahawks. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this has got to be scripted. But nevertheless, the spread is pretty heavily in Denver's favor at -6.5. I think Russell Wilson, it's going to be kind of surreal to kind of be back in Seattle, 12th man. I think the crowd's going to be rocking. They're going to be cheering him on. But a lot of times players, you see them kind of get affected a little bit, a little flustered in their homecoming games. So I think the Broncos will win this game because I think the Seahawks, I think they're a bad team. I will take the Broncos to win this game, but I think it'll be close. I think it'll get to Russell Wilson a little bit. I think he'll manage to win. I don't think he'll have a phenomenal game, but I think the Broncos will win. They'll find a way. Russ will find a way, but I will go with the Seahawks to cover the spread. I think it'll be a close game. So guys, those are my week 1 NFL predictions. So just to let you guys know real quick, despite the fact that I picked who I think will cover the spread, my record on the year, I'm just going to go by who I picked right to win or lose that game. I'm not going to go by spread because that's just too many things to keep track of. We're going to keep it simple. So the team I said would win the game will be added to my record. So if I get 5 of these games more or more wrong, then I'm off to a not very good start. But let's see what happens, guys. Comment your opinions. Let me know who you think's going to win each matchup. Any and all your opinions. I love to hear them. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're an NFL fan. Why not? If you haven't done it, consider it. Why not? You might like this channel. Who knows? And guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.